There are 5 major regrets that homeowners have after living in their custom home builds for years. And guess what? They're all preventable. So make sure you watch till the end so you can avoid the same fate. You just spent a year of your life building your beautiful custom home, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of dollars. You're excited, you move in. 3 months later, you think to yourself, why do we spend money on that? Why do we do that? Why didn't we do that? Well, you're not alone. 3 out of 4, 76% of people that build a custom home have one major regret a year after moving in. That means 3 out of 4 people went through the entire process of designing a custom home and still wish they'd done something differently. I'm Aaron, director and instructor at Albatross Academy, and I've got 15 years of experience in the custom home building industry as an estimator, carpenter, project manager, and now designer. And I've seen this time and time again. Today I'm going to walk you through the 5 biggest mistakes that I see clients making, and based on actual research and data, not just my dumb opinion. The crazy thing about building a home is the decisions you make now, you have to live with maybe literally for the rest of your life, certainly decades to come. The only comparable decision might be the decision to have kids or get a tattoo. There are few permanent decisions left in life, but these ones are pretty close. The problem is that homeowners are also acutely aware of this, and the fear of doing the wrong thing can be overwhelming. What if you choose this tile and you hate it? What if you choose that appliance and you really don't like it? What if you choose this flooring and it sucks? Videos like this are designed to help you learn from others' mistakes. So let's go. Let's start with number 5, rushing the planning process. We could also call this one starting too soon. Here's what happens. You're excited to build. You've been dreaming about this for years. You found a lot. You found a builder. Now you just want to get started. So you spend a few weeks, you fill up your Pinterest board with inspiration ideas. Maybe you've had that done for years. Maybe you sketch some ideas out on a napkin. You have a couple meetings with your designer. You find that builder, they want to start, so you start, you get going. But this is a mistake that may haunt you for the next 30 years. According to research, changes made during the construction process can end up costing the budget 7 to 15%. That's a lot of money. On a $500,000 build, that can be 35 to 75 grand in additional costs. But it's not just the money, it's the delays. Every change impacts your schedule. And here's the thing. Most of those changes happen because you didn't take the time in the planning phase to evaluate how you actually might live. To objectively assess how you live in your home, you need time to evaluate the functions you value in your home. So you need time to go through this process. The biggest mistake, according to experts, is jumping into building without clarifying your vision first. Don't be that person. If you want help with this, I have something called the Build on Purpose course that helps you establish your project vision. It's over at albatrossacademy.ca and it's completely free. Just take a second to hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out and it makes sure that you don't miss videos like this coming up in the future. Regret number 4, not planning for the future. Here's a common scenario. Maybe you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Maybe your kids are young. So maybe you designed the perfect playroom. You create bedrooms that are sized for kids. You skip the main floor bedroom because you just don't need it. Fast forward 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. So your kids might be teenagers now and they don't use the playroom anymore. It's just wasted space. Their bedrooms feel cramped and your aging parents need to move in, but there's no main floor bedrooms for them. You put in a formal dining room because that's what your designer suggested, or maybe you thought you needed that, and now it just functions as a home office or a flat place to put things. Homeowners often regret building spaces too rigidly, spaces that quickly become unused or obsolete just due to lifestyle changes. So here's what you can do instead. Plan for flexibility. Design that playroom as maybe a bonus room that can evolve, that can change. A playroom, then it could be a teenager hangout, then a home gym, then maybe a workspace. So functions that can change over time with the changing lifestyle of the occupants are really important. Think about aging in place. Think about level entries, about wider doorways, and maybe blocking for grab bars or future main floor services. There's a lot of different ways that you can plan for the future and plan for aging in place. And even if you don't need it, it'll be great for resale value. And these are elements in your building that don't take a lot of extra money, but they just take extra thought. So how we plan our spaces, it just takes thought. And thinking is free. You're not building for today, you're building for tomorrow, you're building for next year, 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road. You don't want to have a home that you love in a neighborhood that you love that no longer fits your needs. Regret number 3, going over budget. Now you might be thinking, Aaron, don't all projects just go over budget? And the answer is no. About 30% of them don't. That means 70% go over budget or more. And research shows that nationally, budgets exceed a minimum of 16%. So yes, it's common, but common doesn't have to be you. I've made a lot of long-form videos on this topic, so go check out the YouTube page for more in-depth videos on this subject. But today there are 3 main reasons that projects go over budget. And the first one is death by 1,000 cuts. So builders are often really good at budgeting for the big things, framing, foundations, roofing, but they forget about the little things, the driveways, walkways, lighting, window covering, permits and fees, and landscaping, all things that are included in projects but often get overlooked. And these small things, they can add up really, really quickly. The second thing is scope creep during construction. You may be walking through a framed building, your framed house, and you think, oh man, we should have put a window there, or oh, let's change that size of, let's change that, let's move this wall around once you're seeing it and walking through it. Each decision feels small, but remember, budgets are blown by death by 1,000 cuts. And not only is your schedule gonna suffer, but your budget's gonna suffer also. And the third thing is poor estimating to start with. If your builder is lazy or doesn't care about your budget, you're going to go over budget. And the builder's gonna say, wow, what do you expect? So in a general sense, here's how you can avoid going over budget. Build in buffers in cost codes that have high uncertainty. Get hyper detailed in your budget estimate. Don't just estimate or get allowances, get actual quotes for the work. Also, lock down your design way before construction starts. Design changes often are free, or sometimes they cost a little bit when you're in the planning stage. But once construction starts, they'll kill you. And lastly, track your budget religiously. You should be having monthly budget meetings with your builder, and you can use my estimate and cost tracking document at albatrossacademy.ca. Regret number 2, poor lighting planning. This one surprises people, but it shouldn't. Studies show that 65% of homeowners report dissatisfaction with their lighting arrangement once they actually live in the home. That means 2 out of 3 homeowners will walk through their home and think, wow, why is this so dark? Or I hate these lights. And that's too many. Lighting is one of the most overlooked design elements in custom home building. And that's a tragedy because good lighting can make or break a space. And placing fixtures is mostly permanent unless you love doing drywall repair. There are 2 types of lighting issues. The first is natural light, or lack thereof. No one's ever complained they have too many windows in the house. And people often don't think carefully about window placement. If you put windows in the middle of a wall, you're going to have dark corners. If you put windows toward the outer edges of the wall, you'll not only light up your spaces and maintain some privacy, but you'll light up the wall with refracted light that's perpendicular to that window. We should also be really mindful of the orientation, the solar orientation of the building. Which windows do we want light in the morning? Which windows do we want to avoid having light in? Maybe through midday or through the afternoon. Which rooms need afternoon shade? I've seen kitchens with only one small window and it's dark and depressing all day. I've seen bathrooms with no natural light and it feels like solitary confinement. So natural light isn't just about aesthetics. It affects your mood, your well-being, your energy levels, your sleep. Don't cheap out on windows. If there are places you want light but want to maintain privacy, put narrow windows in corners or high, skinny windows high up on walls. So the second issue is artificial lighting. The 3 layers are ambient lighting, which is general overhead. We have task lighting over counters, desks, reading areas, and we have architectural lighting or accent lighting, highlighting art or architectural features in the design. And it requires control, dimmer switches, multiple lighting systems, different functionality. A well-lit room has multiple different light sources that you can change and adjust based on the level of light in the room and based on what tasks you're currently working. Here's my advice. Hire a lighting designer for a consultation. It might cost you $1,500, but it will save you years of regret. And now the number 1 regret of homeowners after building a custom home is insufficient storage. 76% of homeowners cite inadequate storage as their biggest regret after moving in. Let that sink in. 3 out of 4 people Their biggest regret is not putting enough storage. Sometimes we get distracted with the beautiful pictures and the 3D renderings of what our home could look like, and we forget about where we're gonna put all our stuff. And believe me, we got a lot of stuff. So you're looking at design inspiration and everything is clean and uncluttered and minimalist, but nobody ever thinks about where are we gonna put those winter boots? Where are we gonna put our bikes? Where are we gonna put our Christmas lights? Where are we gonna put our Christmas decorations? Where are we gonna put the luggage? Where are we gonna put all this stuff, our guitar cases? And then we move in and we realize like, holy crap, I don't know where I'm gonna put anything. And now that beautiful, clean, minimalist aesthetic is buried under piles of stuff. So here the solution is twofold. Plan for more storage than you think you're gonna need. And secondly, just be vigilant with your stuff. If you have stuff that you don't need, get rid of it in the move, you won't miss it. So 4 areas to focus on specifically. In the kitchen, plan out all of the small appliances that you have and find homes for them in your design prior to building. So mudroom and entry, take a look at the shoes you have, the coats you have, anything else that you store in the mudroom, and maybe it's phone chargers, and plan for that in your design. And if you don't see a home for that in the design, it's not gonna be there when you build it. So in garages, I like to choose as much vertical storage as possible, give myself as much space as possible, as much clearance around vehicles as possible. So put those winter tires up on racks, hang the bikes on the wall. The more stuff you can get up high, the less floor space you're gonna use down below. Make sure you have a coat closet near every entrance. Make sure you have a walk-in closet, even a small one, for the primary bedroom. And make sure you have a place to store your cleaning supplies. So just to recap, the 5 biggest regrets: rushing the planning stage, not planning for the future, going over budget, poor lighting, and insufficient storage. And here is how you avoid all of these regrets. Hire professionals and listen to them. Professionals are used to this. They do this all day, every day. They're used to finding solutions for your weird lifestyle choices. They're used to synthesizing all the information you give them and outputting a product that you're happy with. That's what they do. So if you think that you can just go ahead and kind of take all this on yourself, A, you're gonna take on too much. Your decision fatigue is gonna be through the roof and your stress levels are gonna be through the roof. And B, you're just not good at it. Sorry, but you might have great taste, but it's not gonna replace the years of experience that professionals have. A good designer or architect will slow you down and force you to think through the planning phase. They'll ask you questions about your future needs. They'll help you create a realistic budget or at least monitor your budget with you. And they'll design proper lighting with layers and control. They'll also help you plan storage strategically throughout the home. Yes, it costs money to hire professionals, but you know what costs more money? Renovating a place after 10 years of living in it because it just doesn't work for you. And remember, this is the biggest investment you'll likely ever make. Don't rush it. So building a home should be one of the most exciting times of your life, but 76% of people have a major regret afterward. Don't be one of these people. Learn from their mistakes, plan properly, hire professionals, and don't cut corners on the little things. You won't regret it. See what I did? Your future self will thank you, and I want to thank you for watching this video. If you got some value out of it, hit subscribe and then head over to albatrossacademy.ca. I've got lots of resources there that can help you. Thanks for watching.